A wedding bell rings in the distance, soft but powerful. The screen fades into a white dress brushing against the grass. Then, the voice comes in. Georgie Fleming Morris, after years of heartbreak, dreams, and choices, is finally walking toward the moment that could change everything. But the question remains, who will be waiting for her at the end of the aisle? Heartland has always been more than just a TV show. It's a world that takes us into the lives of a family bound together by love, loss, and the strength to move forward no matter what. For over 18 seasons, we've watched a Fleming Bartlett family face struggles on the ranch, celebrate victories, and learn how to heal after heartbreak. And now, as the series steps into its 19th season, the spotlight shines on Georgie, a girl we've seen grow from a troubled child into a strong, independent woman chasing her dreams. Georgie's journey has never been simple. From the day she arrived at Heartland, carrying the pain of her past and the uncertainty of her future, she has fought to find her place. She discovered her love for horses, became a competitive show jumper, and learned what it truly means to belong. Along the way, she built relationships that tested her patience, challenged her growth, and pulled at her heart. But the one thread tying it all together has been her relentless spirit, the part of Georgie that refuses to give up. No matter how heavy the storm. As season 18 closed, fans were left with burning questions about Georgie's future. Her career in equestrian sports had taken her to new heights, but her personal life remained uncertain. Quinn, the man who has stood by her side through victories and failures, seemed like the one destined to be her partner. Their relationship has weathered distance, misunderstandings, and the pressures of ambition. Still, the trailer for season 19 hints at a twist no one expected: Georgie getting married. And that's where the excitement truly begins. The idea of Georgie's wedding isn't just another storyline, it's a milestone. It represents how far she has come since we first met her, a scared and stubborn girl hiding behind walls of anger. Now, she's a woman ready to take one of the biggest steps of her life. But Heartland has never been about simple answers or easy roads. A wedding in this family isn't just about saying vows. It's about the ripple effect it creates, the emotions it stirs in every member of the Heartland ranch. Imagine Jack, the strong but tender grandfather figure who has seen Georgie grow up before his eyes. How will he react to letting her go, knowing she is starting a life of her own? Picture Lou, always protective and sometimes too controlling, struggling with the reality that Georgie doesn't need her guidance anymore. And Amy, the heart of the series, who has shared so many moments of trust and encouragement with Georgie. How will she handle watching her step into this new chapter? These aren't just background details. They are the heartbeat of Heartland. Every family member has their own story, their own emotional connection to Georgie's decision. The wedding becomes more than a celebration, it becomes a mirror of everything Heartland stands for: love, loyalty, sacrifice, and growth. And just like any wedding, it's not without its questions. Who will show up? Who might not approve? And what surprises could turn joy into conflict? The trailer leaves us with images that stir curiosity without giving away too much. A close-up of Georgie in a wedding dress, the family gathered with mixed expressions, and a shadowy shot of her walking down the aisle. These moments are carefully placed, designed to send fans into a whirlwind of speculation. And that's exactly what makes the build-up so powerful. Heartland season 19 isn't just opening with another episode, it's opening with a promise of something unforgettable. Georgie's wedding has already set the stage for one of the most emotional chapters in the show's history. But behind the beauty of the dress and the sparkle of the day lies the tension, the unanswered questions, and the family drama that will keep us watching. This is not just about whether Georgie gets married. It's about who she has become, who she chooses to trust with her future, and how the people who love her will learn to let go. Because in Heartland, every new beginning is built on the strength of the past, and every celebration carries a challenge waiting to unfold. The trailer doesn't waste time. It cuts straight to the moment that fans never thought they'd see this soon: Georgie standing in a wedding dress. It isn't just a glimpse, it's a vision that takes your breath away. The lace, the veil, the way she looks older and stronger, it's a shock that sends the Heartland community into chaos. Viewers pause, rewind, and replay, asking the same question again and again. Who is the groom? For years, fans have believed Georgie's future was tied to Quinn. He has been steady, dependable, and supportive. He knows her struggles better than most and has loved her through them. But the trailer is clever. It shows flashes of Georgie with Quinn laughing in a barn, talking under the stars, but it never shows him at the altar. Instead, it cuts away, teasing us with just enough doubt to make us wonder, is Quinn really the one she's marrying? This mystery isn't just a gimmick. It's a powerful storytelling choice. By leaving the groom's identity hidden, the writers place Georgie at the center of a storm. The wedding isn't just about romance. It's about suspense. Viewers are left questioning everything they thought they knew. Could there be another man? Could Georgie have made a choice that shocks everyone? Or is it Quinn after all, but with a twist that will shake the family to its core? Heartland has always thrived on emotional tension, and this wedding storyline may be its boldest yet. A wedding is supposed to be clear, joyful, and final. But here, it becomes a question mark. It's as if the aisle itself is a road filled with secrets, and every step Georgie takes carries the weight of unanswered questions. That's what makes it so compelling. You're not just watching a character get married. You're watching a mystery unfold in real time. But the brilliance of the trailer doesn't stop there. Instead of showing us a straightforward ceremony, it gives us pieces like shards of a broken mirror, a bouquet falling to the ground, Jack looking away, his face heavy with worry, Lou whispering to Amy in what looks like a heated conversation. These moments aren't random. They're clues, carefully planted to make fans doubt whether this wedding will end in celebration or disaster. The strongest tease comes in a single, haunting line of dialogue. Georgie's voice, trembling, saying, "I don't know if I can do this." That line, played over the image of her standing in the dress, is enough to send chills down your spine. Is she questioning her choice of groom? Is she scared of leaving her family behind? Or is something far more dramatic about to happen? For Heartland fans, this is everything. Georgie isn't just a character they've watched her grow up. They've invested in her love story, her struggles, her triumphs. Seeing her doubt herself in such a critical moment doesn't just create suspense, it creates a personal conflict for the audience. They don't just want to know what happens, they need to know. And that's what makes this twist so unique. Most shows treat weddings as an ending, a way to tie up loose ends. But Heartland flips the script. For Georgie, the wedding is a beginning, but it's also a test. It's the writer's way of saying, you've seen her grow, you've seen her fight, but now you're going to see her face the most difficult decision of her life. The trailer teases just enough to suggest that the wedding could change the family forever. If Georgie marries Quinn, it could unite the family around a man they've learned to trust. But if she doesn't, if she chooses a different path, it could fracture relationships, create new rivalries, and stir up emotions that have been buried for years. That's the genius of this moment. The trailer isn't about the dress, the flowers, or the kiss. It's about tension, choice, and consequence. Georgie's wedding is the spark that lights the fire, and we're left standing in the smoke, desperate to know what burns and what survives. By the time the trailer fades to black, fans aren't just asking when season 19 begins. They're already writing theories, debating possibilities, and reliving every scene from past seasons for clues. The wedding twist has done its job. It has turned anticipation into obsession. And when the premiere finally airs, it won't just be about watching Georgie walk down the aisle. It will be about finding out if love can survive the weight of secrets, doubt, and family drama that Heartland has built up for 19 seasons. When a wedding comes to Heartland, it's never just about the bride and groom. It's about everyone whose lives are tied together by blood, love, and loyalty. And in season 19, the trailer makes it clear, Georgie's wedding is stirring emotions that run deeper than the vows themselves. The first glimpse of family tension appears in Jack's eyes. For years, he has been the steady anchor of the ranch, the man who raised not only Amy and Lou but guided Georgie when she first arrived. Jack isn't just a grandfather figure, he's the silent protector of the family. But in the trailer, his expression shifts from pride to something heavier. He looks at Georgie, standing in her dress, and for a moment, You can see the weight of time pressing on him. It's not just about giving Georgie away. It's about facing the reality that she no longer needs him the way she once did. That quiet heartbreak, masked behind Jack's rugged strength, is one of the most powerful emotional beats hinted at in the teaser. Then there's Lou. Fiercely protective, sometimes to a fault. Lou has always struggled with letting go. From the moment Georgie entered the family, Lou took on the role of a second mother, guiding, scolding, and fighting for her future. But as every parent eventually learns, there comes a day when guidance is no longer enough. In the trailer, Lou is shown whispering urgently to Amy during what looks like a family gathering. Her face is sharp with worry, her tone almost desperate. Could she be questioning Georgie's choice of partner? Could she feel that Georgie is rushing into something too soon? Whatever the reason, her concern isn't quiet, it's the kind that can ignite conflict in the middle of what's supposed to be a celebration. Amy, on the other hand, carries her emotions differently. She has always been Georgie's confidant, the sister, mentor, and friend rolled into one. Through every challenge, Amy has stood by her, offering guidance not with force, but with patience and trust. Yet even Amy seems torn in the trailer. In one scene, she looks at Georgie with a soft, almost bittersweet smile, as though proud of the woman she's become. But in another, she lowers her gaze, clearly wrestling with something unsaid. For Amy, the struggle isn't about control, it's about fear. Fear of losing the closeness she and Georgie share. Fear that this wedding will change their bond in ways she isn't ready for. And then there's the family dynamic itself. Heartland is not just a ranch. It's a home filled with memories, struggles, and unspoken rules. A wedding doesn't just invite love, it invites old wounds. In the flashes shown, you see tension around the table, glances exchanged between family members, and moments where silence speaks louder than words. This isn't unusual for Heartland. Every major event from funerals to reunions has carried both joy and pain. But Georgie's wedding seems different. It isn't just about the family watching someone they love take a step forward, it's about how that step forces each of them to confront their own place in her life. The emotional stakes climb even higher when the trailer hints at unexpected conflict beyond the family circle. A bouquet drops, a door slams, and somewhere in the background, someone is seen walking away in frustration. Could this be a family member unwilling to support Georgie's decision? Or is it someone from her past, returning at the worst possible moment to shake up the happiness she's found? Heartland has always balanced its tender moments with sharp twists, and this wedding appears to carry both in equal measure. For longtime fans, these small glimpses matter. They've watched the Fleming Bartlett family argue, reconcile, and grow closer season after season. Seeing cracks appear now, on such an important day, hits harder because it feels real. Weddings in real life are rarely perfect, they bring out both the best and the worst in people. Heartland leans into that truth, reminding us that love stories are never just about two people. They're about everyone whose lives are touched by that union. And that's the heart of this section. The stakes aren't just about whether Georgie says I do. The stakes are about whether the family can stand united while she takes that step. Will Jack let go gracefully? Or will his fear of losing Georgie create distance? Will Lou's protective instincts drive a wedge between her and her niece? Will Amy find peace in her role as support? Or will her quiet doubts grow louder? These questions hang heavy in every frame of the trailer. By the end of the teaser, one thing is clear. Georgie's wedding isn't just a personal milestone. It's a test of the family's bond. And in true Heartland fashion, it's the kind of test that could either draw them closer together or tear them apart in ways none of them expect. The trailer reaches its peak not with answers, but with questions designed to leave fans on edge long after the final frame fades to black. Heartland Season 19 doesn't just tease a wedding. It teases a storm disguised as celebration. And in the final moments, the suspense tightens like a noose. The music shifts first. Soft piano notes that carried Georgie's voice throughout the trailer suddenly give way to pounding drums and violins that quicken with each cut. A flash of Georgie stepping onto the aisle. A flash of Quinn, but not smiling, looking worried, as though he knows something the others don't. Then a sharp cut to Jack, his hands clenched tight on his hat, his face clouded by a mix of pride and fear. Each second feels heavier, faster, almost like a heartbeat racing out of control. The images that follow don't calm us, they ignite us. A bouquet crashing to the floor in slow motion. A single tear sliding down Amy's cheek as she watches. Her niece, Lou, pulling away from the table. Her face pale as though she's just heard something she can't accept. These aren't just ordinary wedding jitters, they're signs that something is unraveling beneath the surface. And then comes the line, the one that lingers after the screen goes black. Georgie's voice breaking, whispering, "What if this is a mistake?" It's only 5 words, but they hold the weight of the entire family's history. A mistake could mean marrying the wrong man. A mistake could mean leaving her career behind. A mistake could mean hurting the very people who raised her. The ambiguity is what makes it powerful. It lets the audience's imagination run wild, each fan hearing a different meaning in her trembling voice. But the trailer doesn't stop there. It throws in flashes so fast you can barely process them. Amy running across the ranch in the rain, Jack shouting Georgie's name in what looks like desperation, and a mysterious figure walking into the Heartland house during the night. None of these moments are explained. None are placed in order. They're puzzle pieces scattered before us, daring us to put them together. Heartland has always been about family, but it has also been about survival, surviving loss, change, and choices. And this wedding is framed as a crossroads where survival depends not on horses, not on the ranch, but on love itself. If Georgie says yes, everything changes. If she says no, everything still changes. Either way, the family won't leave this day the same. The brilliance of the climactic tease is that it refuses to promise a happy ending. Instead, it whispers danger, heartbreak, and transformation. It asks the audience to prepare for joy, but also to brace for pain. Because Heartland has never been a fairy tale. It's real, raw, and honest. And weddings in the real world aren't always perfect. They can heal, but they can also wound. As the final seconds tick away, the trailer offers one last haunting image. Georgie standing alone in her dress, looking out over the fields of Heartland. The wind pulls at her veil, her eyes full of doubt and hope at the same time. Behind her, the faint sound of a door closing echoes. And then black screen. The words appear. Heartland Season 19, Episode 1. The wedding you'll never forget. Fans are left gasping, rewinding, debating. Is Georgie running away from the altar? Is Quinn truly the groom? Or is another man waiting at the end of the aisle? Who slammed the door? And why does Amy look so broken? The trailer doesn't give the answers. It doesn't have to. Its purpose is to haunt the fans until premiere day, to make sure that when the episode finally airs, every viewer is on the edge of their seat, desperate to see how the most shocking wedding in Heartland history unfolds. In the end, the climactic tease does what all great storytelling does. It doesn't tie a bow. It unravels the ribbon. It tells us that no matter how beautiful the dress, how perfect the vows, or how bright the smiles, the real drama is waiting in the shadows. And when the lights finally go down, we'll find out if Georgie Fleming Morris's wedding is the beginning of her happily ever after or the moment that changes Heartland forever.